Hey, what's up, guys? It's Tyler from Underdog Hockey Talk again. Here with Kurt, Brad, and today we will go over the worst contracts in the NHL. The formula we'll go over here is we'll pick one bad player from each team as far as we can find, and we'll have a little bit of a bracket challenge, a little playoff, and come up with the worst in the entire league. So, let's crack this off, right? Ready, boys?
Yep.
Okay, so, first of all, we'll go over, start alphabetically here, we'll go to Anaheim. They have quite a few questionable contracts. A lot of older players making lots of money for long term. But we kind of decided upon ourselves here that it's going to be Ryan Kessler. What do you guys have to say about that?
I'm just trying to pull up his stat.
Okay, well, he is on...
Okay, he's 34, he's on a no-move clause, he has been hampered with hip injuries his entire career, which seems to be catching up to him the last little while. He almost didn't play this season. He has 4 more years left, which will take him till he's 38, and at 6.875.
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean...
And his salary does not dip. It's consistent 6.6 something the rest of the way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the Canucks fans like to reminisce about his days in Vancouver doing those playoffs, especially that final run.
Yeah.
But those days appear to be kind of gone at this time.
No, he's a shell of himself now.
Having an injury-prone Ryan Kessler in your lineup, and he's really not producing. I mean, even that last playoff run they had, when they met Nashville in the conference finals, I mean, he might have gotten a handful of goals, but for the most part, he was really just an agitator.
He's a third-line agitator now.
He pissed off Ryan.
Not scoring 40 goals again.
Not scoring 40 goals, no.
Yeah.
All right, next.
Next up, guys, we've got Arizona. For Arizona, we are not including LTIR guys like Marian Hossa, Dave Bolland. The list can go on and on, but we couldn't really find any active players on this team that have really abhorrent contracts.
Mm-hmm.
So, they're not even good enough to make the playoffs in this. We're going to skip right on to Boston. Boston, you like a little shot?
Yeah.
The Bruins, they are actually doing fairly well, but there's a couple, every team has a couple, but we decided David Backes is their shining star.
Okay, no move clause, 34, 3 more years at $6 million.
Straight down the line?
No, he's at 6 and then 2 pairs of $4 million last year.
But that cap hit 6.
His cap hit 6. That's all that really matters is the cap hit.
Yeah, we wins a team for any kind of big signings in the future.
That was that offseason of 2016 where so many contracts were dished out. That was the year of Backes, Eriksson, Lucic, Ladd. I think it was Nielsen in there too. That was just a terrible year for dishing out contracts.
It was.
There's
rough.
probably more. I just can't think of them.
Well, a lot of these guys you just mentioned are actually later on.
Pozo, he was in there.
Well, yeah, exactly. You're just reading off the chart now.
Yeah, actually.
Well, exactly. They all fell in line there, but we can always come up with explanations for those later.
Summer of 2016.
The summer of 2016. But the bottom line is that with Backes, I think he's definitely not panned out to what they were expecting when they picked him up from St. Louis.
No, he's another guy. He's played a lot of hard hockey.
Yeah, that's a trend you'll notice on this list too. It's a lot of big physical power forward guys who
played a lot of miles.
Yeah, they've gone far in the playoffs. They've been essential on their team in the past, and they've been rewarded with big contracts. But guess what?
Some are former Olympians.
Yeah,
and it just kicked up to you eventually.
Or even Stanley Cup winners for that matter.
Yep, Stanley Cup winners. Guys been in the Cup Finals a few times, and it happens.
It's tough between, well, at least one thing that him and Backes and Kessler have in common is they've actually never won the big prize.
Mm-hmm.
No, they've been close.
They've been close, but they've never really... They're probably good dressing room guys in terms of, they're good leaders, but...
Kessler will sleep with your wife.
He could do that. I mean, in my opinion, I would say I'd have to give Kessler the nod a little bit, just because of his injury proneness.
Yeah. But are we doing that right now, or are you going to go through the
No, we're just going to go through all the teams, do a
Okay.
quick overview first.
Oh, okay.
Okay, next.
Next on the list, Buffalo Sabres. Jack Eichel's their highest paid forward, making 10 for the next 8, but that's a joke, right? That's a steal.
Which could, like at the time was like 10 million, he hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
But considering what, his counterparts probably would be getting, pretty good.
It's pretty
Yeah.
good.
So they're a young team. They've managed to not rack up many big contracts, but you just mentioned one guy on their team from that 2016 free agents year, 30-year-old Kyle Okposo. What are his stats?
The Loch Ness Monster. He signed his deal in 2016. He's in the third year of his deal. He has 5 goals and 15 points in the year. He had some medical issues last year. I wasn't really sure what happened, but
Some sort of skin disease.
Yeah,
Something
he's
happened.
in the hospital for a while.
it wasn't really publicized on really what happened necessarily.
Well, it almost killed him.
Yeah, whatever it was.
The thing about his contract really
But
is he's a leftover from playing with
yeah, I know Tavares curse.
yeah.
Last year, in his first 2 years, he had modest seasons, 45 and 44 points. But last year, minus 34, that is bad. But he says 5 more years left on his 7-year deal at $6 million cap hit.
Yeah.
His AAV doesn't really change a whole lot. 6 million, 6 million, 6, 4, 4.
He's one of those guys that it's not a bad deal now, but we're projecting it.
Kind of like our
To catch up.
Kind of like our next guy.
Yeah.
Team's doing well, so it kind of takes the heat off of him. Next.
So, alphabetically speaking, Calgary's the next on the list. They are doing pretty good again. There's a couple contracts. A couple guys that got rewarded. Michael Backlund's making big money now as a second or third line center, depending on how you view him. But we decided that James the Real Deal Neal is not the same person he was in Vegas last year.
Love that guy.
Or Pittsburgh.
Or Pittsburgh.
Or Nashville.
Or Dallas.
Or Nashville.
Or Dallas.
He's been around the block. He's 31 years old. Hit us with the stats, Brad. Okay. He's got 5 years left on his deal. 31 now. He'll be 36 when it ends. Making 5.7 per season. And this is on a team right now where he's kind of hidden. They brought him in to be on that first line with Gaudreau and Monahan.
Put him on the power play for that heavy shot.
Yeah, they really expected a lot from him, but he's kind of not producing how they expected. He's dropped down the lineup. Guys like Elias Lindholm have taken over, and he's kind of slid back.
Alright.
And if this team wasn't doing so well,
Yeah.
it would be on the forefront of the discussion.
Oh, absolutely.
And I guarantee you, even though they are doing well, even probably in Calgary, they're probably talking about it, but the rest of the league's not.
Yeah,
It's one of those
the radio
situations.
hosts, they gotta have something better to talk about.
Well, yeah.
I'm sure management's humming
Oh,
about it.
man, the owner. If anything, it's the owner. Being like, what the fuck? Okay, sorry. So James Neal, one thing on his deal, he has no trade clause.
Right.
That's kind of a key. Most of these contracts do. 5.75 for 5 more years. He's in the first year of his deal. 31. Kind of another one of those guys. He's played a lot of playoff games. He went to the Cup final with Nashville
Back-to-back years.
2 years ago. He's been finals back-to-back years.
He
right?
joins Hossa and Ray Shepard for back-to-back finals and not one.
No stat nobody wants to be part of.
Nope.
So in 36 games in his first 36 games of his contract, he's got immediately 3 goals, 7 points, minus 10. Playing in half decent situations at albeit maybe not first power play unit, but he's definitely in scoring positions. But
And as we mentioned in the last podcast, 4 of the top 10 or 12 scorers in the league are on his team.
underrated player,
So
Matt Kachuk.
Matt Kachuk, underrated player from last podcast. Check it out if you haven't.
But yeah, real deal. He is not the real deal on his current contract.
And it's not like he's got nobody to play with because other guys are showing up to play.
Yeah.
So
Next.
next up, the Carolina Hurricanes. Fun fact: lowest cap hit in the league as a team.
Barely over the floor.
Just barely over the floor. More fun fact. Their long-term starting goalie's buried in the minors.
Playing the old checkers right now.
3 more years.
Yeah.
Well, it was pretty sweet that they brought back their jerseys, but anyway.
The Whalers.
Yeah, man, that was cool.
Yeah, those are pretty sick.
Peter Mrazek is their starting tendy with Curtis McElhinney starting up, and their high-paid goalie, he's in the minors. Can't really start to see his contract is buried, but that doesn't make it any better. His contract cap hit in the minors right now is $3.1 million, $3.125.
That contract was just really premature.
I thought he was going to do. He looked good in Chicago. I thought he was going to be better, but I didn't think he'd be this bad.
Well, 4 years, 16.6.
Yeah,
So they get a little relief putting him in the minors, but they're still
They get about $1 million or so.
Yeah, about $1 million. They're still
But their
paying
owner has got to pay him to play in the minors. He's probably not that Pound Dundon.
Yeah.
The guy's kind of a meathead.
Well, he's a pretty passionate owner, though, overall.
He's passionate, but should stay off the media. So yeah, Scott Darling should get paid a lot of money to ride the bus in the minors. Worst contract on Carolina by far. The worst contract in history is probably the Alex Semin deal. Still paying him $2.3 million for 2 years.
Yeah.
3 years today, and this year and 2 years after this.
That was a buyout, right?
Yeah, he took like 1 year of that contract. And I mean, they're okay, we're buying out.
Going back to Russia.
Yeah. Next. It says this guy could take the cake.
He's one of the contenders. He could win the cup.
He's one of the heavyweights.
Yes, he's one of the heavyweights going into the ring. This team is fully loaded with bad contracts. And this one's probably up there at the top. 6 years left, signed till he is 39 years old at $6.88 million. From Tsawwassen, British Columbia.
Tsawwassen.
Brent fucking Seabrook.
What a beauty.
Damn.
Great
He
guy.
signed that deal in 2016. 2016. Where did that year's going to come up a lot, I think, in this time.
It's a common theme, apparently. There's something about 2016.
He signed that contract. It was an 8-year deal. At 8-year deal, $55 million.
The whole team has just collapsed, but most notably, though, if I guess you're going to pick on somebody, he's pretty easy target.
Easy target. 33 from the 30 year of his deal, no move clause. They're paying him for previous success.
Last year, he had one of the worst years of his career. Probably the worst year of his career. This year, he's come back a little bit, but still $7 million for him.
Yeah, $7 million for 6 more years for a guy who's just going to get slower.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a real stinker, and maybe not. If it isn't already, and give it another 1 or 2 more years, then it's gonna be real bad. Might find him in the minors.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough contract to swallow.
-9, 39 games, 15 points. Not bad, but not good. Not as much as you'd hope for a $7 million defenseman.
Next up, the Colorado Avalanche. I guess you could argue that their starting goalie, Varlamov, is making probably the most overpaid player on the team. But he is also a free agent after this season, so you can kind of write that one off. They don't have a ton going on here, but we've kind of pinned down Carl Soderberg, making $4.75 for 2 more years. Pinned him down as our dueler.
Yeah, he's at 4.75. I wonder if we signed that deal in 2016. Signed that deal in 2015, 5-year deal, 4.75. He was playing when was it 16-17 season was like the worst year in like the worst team ever for the Colorado Avalanche. Wasn't that the year? They were like just terrible.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, he was 80 games, 6 goals, 14 points, -26. He's doubled his number since, but still at 4.75. It's a lot of chunk of change for essentially a third-line center on most teams.
That Colorado team looks like they were trying to suck.
You know what the worst contract on their team is?
What?
It's Nathan McKinnon. He's so fucking underpaid.
Well,
for long term.
If you want to look at that way, yeah, it's probably
It's the worst contract for him anyway.
Like he's probably like, man,
Teams are relishing.
if I would have signed that bridge deal, I would be getting paid double that.
Yeah, he'd be around 12.
All right,
Oh,
next.
boy.
Let's just start firing this out a little bit.
Yeah, we'll kind of speed it up here a bit. The Columbus Blue Jackets, CBJ.
Gotta love them BJs.
Yep, everybody loves BJs, but the BJs do not love Brandon Davinsky and his $6 million deal for the next 3 years.
Brandon Dubinsky, 5.85. Wow, that's a lot of money for a checker.
Yeah.
That's big money for a guy just to agitate him in the team. 32, 3 more years left. He'll be 35, 5.85. 3 goals, 9 points. Last year he had 6 goals, 16 points. He's had a 6-year deal when he's in the 4th year of that deal. Yeah, that's a bad one. Next,
Yeah.
especially for Columbus, who's probably going to rebuild next year.
Yeah, they're in a really weird spot.
They're in a tough spot. They put themselves in this tough spot, but
They're in the window to win, but they need a big splash in the playoffs.
Their
for sure.
their starting goalie
and their best player.
and their best player, both UFAs, and not committing to signing with them.
Yeah. I wouldn't sign Bobrovsky to a big deal. That guy hasn't won a game in the playoffs.
Historically, no.
So why would you? He wants like price money. Him and his 2 Vezinas that nobody cares about. Anyways,
Okay, we'll move on here. Dallas. Into the D's, big D. We've got a couple contenders here. Jason Spezza, but he's on an expiring contract, and this deal was signed. Was it 2016?
I think was it?
Maybe
Let's
not.
see.
Maybe 2017. But
Mr. Hansel.
Mr. Martin Hansel from the Czech Republic,
Big boy.
31-year-old third-line checker, 4.75 for 2 more years.
He's an interesting one. You know, Dallas has usually been.
No, he's 2017, a 3-year deal. So it wasn't he got his money, but the term was down. So it's not terrible, but it's definitely the worst one on their team for guys. So he played 7 games last year. He played 38 games. Can't seem to stay healthy. He had 5 goals, 10 points last year. This year, 7 games, 1-1. But no, he's got to do better for 4.75.
Next up, Detroit. They are one of the worst teams in the league, and they have the highest salary cap.
They have $1 bazillion on their
LTIR.
LTIR.
I think they're actually over the cap this year because of LTIR.
Oh, really?
But yeah, well, you know,
They have Franz and Zetterberg on there right now. Both, you
That's-
could probably call those bad contracts.
that's $10 million right there if contracts that are just being buried for the rest of their career. But we're going to focus in on an active player, the second highest paid forward behind Dylan Larkin, the franchise. 34-year-old Franz Nielsen with 4 years remaining at 5.25 per
Yeah,
season.
he's in the 3rd year of that deal. This year, he's having an okay season. I mean, 34 games, 22 points. I mean, it's not bad. But, I mean, for a team that seems to be on a rebuild, you don't need contracts like that.
What, you mean the shootout specialist isn't worth that much?
Is he a shootout specialist?
He was pretty money in the shootouts. That's all I remember
Oh,
about
in
him.
the Islanders he was. I'm not sure where he's now. Well, he's 34. So he's gonna be getting up there by the time his contract's up.
Be 38, 39 before it's over.
Next.
It's a lot of money.
Alright. Talking about heavyweights.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Big heavyweights.
My fave.
Going up north to Edmonton.
Everybody loves to talk about this guy.
Everybody likes to rag on this dude.
3 highest paid players on their team: McDavid, Draisaitl, and Milan Lucic.
Oh,
5 more years. At 6 million buckaroos, he's 30. He can't seem to keep up with the puck right as it is now. No move clause. I'm full no move clause. He's got 4 more years left. And he has... Alright, over under 1.5 goals through 36 games. Anybody know? Anybody want to take a guess?
I'm going under.
Huh?
Going under.
Under.
He scored in the first game of the season.
Hasn't scored since.
I think was it their opening goal of the year?
I don't know. 1 goal for $6 million.
Yeah.
Damn.
-9, 7 points, 36 games. He's playing on the fourth line with Brodziak and Cassidy right now.
That's unfortunate. I'm taking a drink for that.
That's so bad. That's a stinker. He's played in 118 games. 118 games for the Edmonton Oilers. He hasn't missed a game. Played back to back. Last 182 and 82, but last 118 games he played for them. He had 11 goals.
Yeah, it's not $6 million worth. That's for sure.
Last 2 seasons.
All
right.
Move on here. We can talk about him a bit more later, but we'll go to Florida. Team overall doesn't have a lot of bad contracts, but this one stands out just because of the length and his age. Right now he's doing all right. I think he's actually leading the league in power play points, or leading defenseman power play points, but Keith Yandel.
Yeah, he's signed with one of the few that turned out pretty well for his team is the summer of 2016. He signed a 7-year deal at $6.35, totaling $44.5 million.
It's 32 right now. He'll be 37 by the end of the deal.
He has in 35 games. He has 31 points. That's pretty good. Last year, 56 points in 82. Year before that, 41 in 82. So he's putting up points, but as his contract keeps on ticking at 6.35 for a defenseman who's played a lot of minutes. He's going to get in a no move clause. That one's going to be bad pretty soon as it is. Next.
Yeah. All right, on to another basement dweller, former Cup champion, LA Kings. They've got a lot of questionable deals. You could argue Anze Kopitar's not worth $10 million. You could argue Ilya Kovalchuk's not worth $6.25 for 3 years.
Doughty's not worth $11 million next year. For the next 8 years after that.
Could argue Jeff Carter won't be worth $5.25 in 4 years when he's 37. You could argue, I don't know, their fourth liner's not worth $2 million. You could argue Drew Doughty's not worth $11 next year. You could argue a whole bunch of shit. You could argue Jonathan Quick will not be worth $6 million when he's 37 years old.
Still a great goalie, but just can't stay healthy.
No.
All right.
You could argue Mike Richards, his terminated contract that was going to last for another 3 years. And he's not even playing sports at all.
They didn't sign him to that deal, but they traded for it.
They acquired it.
Might be even worse.
They went out of their way to pick that deal up. And they snuck their way out of that one. They're paying a little bit of a recapture penalty. Active players, though, it's got to be the former captain.
Guy got stripped of his captaincy.
Decaptained. Dustin Brown.
Signed it in 2014. Was that the year they won the Cup? They won 2012, 2014?
Yeah, second year.
Second time they won the Cup. Cashed in big time. 8-year deal, $47 million. Modified no trade clause, 5.875.
4 years to go on that. He's 34 now. He'll be 38.
He's at 27. Last year he had a good year.
Yep.
81 games, 61 points. That's a good year. 28 goals. This year, 27 games, 9 goals, 19 points. Good year for him.
The year before that wasn't good.
But year before that, and the year before that, and the year before that,
and
they were 30-point seasons.
Yeah.
Not for that kind of money. Not for that kind of money, at least. But
no, another one of those players who get paid for previous success. Next
up, Minnesota, the home of hockey. We've got ourselves 2 mega deals, the last 2 mega deals in NHL history before they put a cap on the years. Zach Parise has 7 years left. He's 34 now. He'll be 41 when it's over. Making $7.5 million.
41. Good God.
Suter signed the exact same deal, but he's Ryan Suter and he plays 29 minutes a night. So
he literally plays half the game.
Plays half the game.
So he signed that deal. It's no move clause all the way down. Let's make that perfectly clear.
He's not leaving his home state.
In summer of 2012. Oh my God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's in the 7th year. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He's in the 7th year of a 13-year contract at $98 million.
Guaranteed.
Haven't been past the second round.
Yeah, that team's just kind of cursed with that, but
7. It just feels like it feels like forever ago he signed this deal. Like 7 years ago, that was a big deal. These contracts, they almost totaled $200 million.
I remember that.
In uplift, and giving their team a facelift, and they haven't gotten anything out of it.
Years ago, back before, the days of John Tavares jumping ship.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kurt. Didn't mean to crack that one open on you again.
Hate you.
These two leaving, this was
The
NHL's LeBron
ones.
James.
Yeah, this was the big ones.
This was the LeBron
And nobody
James.
thought they would go to the same place. Nobody thought. Anywho's, that one's a stinker. Last year, he had played in 42 games. He's starting to have back problems. He had 15 goals, 24 points, but he's kind of coming back. This year, 34 games. He's got 15 goals, 29 points. He's playing well again. It's happy to see, but he's already having back problems at 34. That stuff doesn't go away. He has another 7 years to go, or 6 years to go, and he is 34. That one's a bad one.
I have no doubt in my mind he can be worth $7.5 million this season.
But
He's
in
not going to
6
be
years,
worth in
5 years,
in like 2-3 years. He's not going to be
when
worth
his back has
$7.5
more
million.
mileage on it. Next.
He's another one of those guys that plays hard too. Next up, we've got the Montreal Canadiens. This one we kind of had to argue a little bit. They have a couple. Andrew Shaw is one of those that you could argue is not a great deal.
Price
Price is another one. You could say, is he really worth the money he's getting for the term he's getting?
$10 million for average goalie.
We and Shea Weber, but they didn't sign him. But another one of those situations where they traded for him. But the buried deal of Carl Alsner, we thought took the cake.
Anytime you get sent down to minors with that kind of money, I think you've got a pretty bad contract.
Yeah. 4 years left. He just signed it last offseason.
Yep.
And
He went there because he wanted to win.
And be near his family, apparently.
5-year deal, $4.625 per year, $23 million in the minors. In the second year of that deal, he is slowing down fast.
he did just get recalled today, so we'll see if he can make anything of it. But I don't think
8 games for the Canadiens this year. He played in all 82 last year. 1 goal, 12 points, but that's not his game. He is an old school defenseman in a new style of game, and that one's going to haunt the Canadiens for another 4 more years. Next,
indeed. Going off to Countryville, the Nashville Predators. They are doing pretty good. Their GM, whose name's escaping me right now.
Poyle.
Yeah, Poyle. Dave Poyle, yeah. You got to commend him. He does his job. He does it well. He's been doing it there for 20 plus years now.
Oh, he's there. I mean, for a long time there was him and Barry Trotz.
He's the only one.
He's their only GM since they came to the league. But
He is a good GM.
We have a bit of a bone to pick with Nick Bonino.
I remember that well because again, that's a situation of they were signing him off of previous
success.
Yeah.
Yep.
They literally just saw him in the playoffs. At that point,
If you can't beat him,
just lost.
Sign him to big deals.
to sign big deals for
Third line center,
a
4
third line-
times 4.
third line centerman. That's a sweet deal that we're getting out of him.
But it's not an egregious contract. It's also not one you really need necessarily when you're trying to win. Considering I think you could get more for $4.1 million for a guy who's not known for speed in a game that's getting faster. He's got 6 goals, 14 points this year in 36 games, which is like a third line player kind of numbers. Plus 13. Not an egregious contract, but we had to choose one, so we're picking on him. Next.
All right, the New Jersey New Jersey Devils. Overall, not doing too bad. Corey Schneider has to be it though. And
The poor
pains me
guy.
to say it, he's one of my favorite goalies, but
He was such a good goalie when he was a Canuck, and things just have not gone right for him, and especially for 2018. He's on the IR currently.
If he's not losing, he's injured.
Started 2018 on the IR, finishing 2018 on the IR. He's played many games in between there and managed to not win a single one all year.
The poor guy. I mean, he has 4 more years left at $6 million. He signed a deal in 2015. He had a 7-year deal. That was the summer of 2015. That was so he had when he first got the jersey, 1.97 goals against average, 2.2, 2.1, 2.8, 2.9, 4.6, and that's where we are. And he hasn't won a game in regulation in 2018, not including playoffs. We won a game in playoffs.
That's all that matters. What?
Stall.
Okay, yeah. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get this on to go.
Oh, okay. I was wondering what you were doing there. New York Rangers, they're up next here. They've got a bunch of contracts that you can argue about, but we've decided Eric Markstall.
Eric Markstall.
He's from France.
$5.7 million, 3 more years. Another one of those Alzer type guys.
Old school, stay-at-home defenseman.
Slowing down, getting paid a lot of money. Next.
Short-term deal.
I'm going to do this one.
The worst team in the league, the
By
New York
far.
Islanders.
Can't manage a team for a life of them.
You guys said I could do this one.
Can't even find a place to play.
Andrew Ladd, anyway, is on our list. He's, again, another guy based off previous success. I mean, he's a two-time Stanley Cup winner, gold medalist, Team Canada.
1-time Stanley Cup winner.
2 times, Carolina.
2010.
Oh, yeah, Carolina. Yeah,
Carolina.
rookie year, too. Yeah.
Take that.
Forgot about that. Good job.
As I understand,
Be safe.
yeah. You're welcome. Yeah, he is often buried in our minds of that contract, the guy playing the third line that's just, I'm sure he's good in the room and all, but man, for the amount of money he's getting fed.
33 years old.
33 years old, the wheels are slowing down a bit.
Yeah, it was slowing down when he signed that contract.
It probably was, yeah.
We we're choosing Buffalo. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honorable mentions. Let me just do this. Cal Clusterfuck. Casey Zizekas. Leo Komarov.
Johnny Boychuk.
Valtteri Filppula. Matt Martin. Ross Johnson, the minor league who's got a 4-year one-way deal.
And to put
Johnny
a bow on
Boychuk.
that, that's their bottom 6 forwards.
Yeah. Just gotta lean
Hey, how are the Canucks doing?
And their three of their top 6 forwards are UFAs at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Everly, Nielsen, and Lee. Where are they going to find the money for that? Oh, it's probably paying their bottom 6 forwards. I wonder where it is.
All right, let's move on here before Kurt merges us. The Ottawa Senators. I think it's pretty apparent who the worst contract on this team.
The guy who they tried to attach to Carlson.
Yeah.
Just, please take this guy.
We'll take less for Carlson if you take him.
Yeah, they took this guy. He is one of their took his name, took his contract, took the man he is, and drug him right into the coals, and said, "We don't want you. We're trying to move you." And everybody knew it. And then doesn't get traded. He has to walk into that room and face everybody.
Yeah,
The poor guy. I mean, he get paid a lot of money, so you can't feel too bad for him. But I think he's still a good player. He's not 7.35 or 7.45, whatever he's at.
Well, I don't think it's a matter of him not being a good player, but I think just what he's being fed is really, again, not really what you want to see.
He's another one of those guys you feel bad for because he's a good guy. He's a pretty decent hockey player, but for what he's making, it's a sore spot for sure.
Yep.
No, he's cool. I like him, but just he's on this list for a reason though.
Just needs to get a new pinky finger because he breaks it every week. Next up, Philadelphia Flyers. They are known for handing out good contracts, right?
Oh yeah, they've got a few in their repertoire.
We decided that defenseman Andrew McDonald, 2 years left, $5 million cap hit for the 32-year-old. He is somebody who signed a long-term deal. It was prior to 2016.
Yeah, he was former Islander.
Former Islander.
Signed it 6 years, $30 million.
He's another one of those guys that got waived and sent to the minors like a year into his deal.
Yeah.
But the team is so bad that he's
It was
found
so
his way
bad.
back.
They're so desperate for someone that actually can play hockey.
He's found his way back into the main
Yeah.
roster.
Next
up, Pittsburgh. I lost my voice there. Pittsburgh Penguins. Johnson. What?
Jack Johnson.
Jack Johnson.
That's another one though. It's funny. Like he is being overpaid, but he's a total situation of we feel bad for him.
Yeah, he has the worst parents
Ever. In NHL history, other than maybe a few others. We're not going to get into that.
That's probably up there. Top 2 or 3.
Yeah, he's getting paid a lot of money, and maybe it's the way Pittsburgh started feeling bad for him. Like, here's some money for you, but after that, yeah, he's not really living up to that contract numbers.
No.
He's,
One of his buddy Sid.
Yeah.
But no,
it's another one of those deals where it's not the cap hit so much, it's the term.
which is gonna be taxing for a team who's up against the cap every year.
Yeah.
Next,
St. Louis Blues, they had a couple questionable ones. We decided the older forward, Alexander Steen, 34
Man, it was-
years old.
once upon a time, was supposed to be the next generation of one of the great Leafs.
Yeah.
Him and Antropov and Ponikarovsky and
Then
all
they-
those guys.
Antropov, you're talking
Kyle
about-
Wellwood.
That's probably the guy who couldn't score in a breakaway to save his life.
Yeah, the guy was just though that was a franchise for Leafs once upon a time. 2007. Steen, $5.7 million, 34 years old.
He's that old?
He's 34.
Damn.
Been around for a while. 5.7. Just Blues are going into a rig jig rebuild, trying to save a season that's already lost. Next,
All right. Next up, San Jose Sharks.
this was a tough one.
We had to argue about this one for a while.
We really had to put our heads together and come up with a consensus here. Their GM, Mr. Wilson.
Yeah, Doug Wilson.
Mr. Wilson.
former
from,
Doug Wilson.
Former defenseman himself.
Former defenseman Doug Wilson. He loves long-term contracts.
He loves them.
Max it out. 8 years for everybody. Just keep him here.
Yeah.
So after debate, I should point out.
Yeah, after
and
the debate, we kind of decided amongst ourselves that Brent Burns, despite having a very reasonable cap hit right now,
He's putting up like Norris Trophy candidate numbers, I think, still.
yeah, it's another one of those where it's not.
35 points, 38 games.
Yeah,
Last year, 67 points, 82 games.
but
He puts up numbers.
just to give you a background here, he's making $8 million for 7 more years. He's 33 already. He'll be 40 by the end of this
In the
contract,
second year of his deal.
and yeah, it's not going to be pretty come the end of it. He's
Yeah.
a big guy. He's a physical player. He's going to lose his legs
8 times
eventually,
8.
and he's going to sink the team.
Yep.
Next up, we've got Tampa Bay. They don't really have a lot of bad deals, but they are so tight to the cap that they have certain players who are going to sink them.
They're kind of unnecessary contracts to have. They don't need Killorn to win.
No.
6 more years, 4.5 or something like that.
they got so
For
much.
a guy who's kind of like what, they're 8th, 9th forward on the depth chart.
They have so much depth scoring. He really isn't necessary.
Which is kind of might be unfair to him. He's just kind of just been
He's
swallowed up by the depth of Tampa Bay.
he's a fine player, but he's found his way. He's dropped down their depth chart because
Yep.
of all the skill they've brought in.
He's probably can still play the game but in a team that has a bigger role. But it's hard to say that on TV. Yeah, he's 29, 5 more years left at 4.45.
And the thing is, they're desperate for cap space. They've got Sergachev coming up. They've got
Braden
Braden
Point is
Point.
going to sink them.
Braden Point is going to screw them over big time.
They weren't expecting him to have a good year like this.
The goalie Vasilevsky, he's got I think one more year after this
3.5.
at a really reduced
He's
rate.
going to be at 8 or 9 next season.
Yeah.
You have to sign him to big
He's
money.
gonna
though.
double or triple his money.
That game,
So yeah, you go ahead.
well, I mean, like, with a guy like that, like he is unreal. Like
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, when his contract's up, so is Callahan. So you can pretty much just take Callahan's check
$6
and
million.
just scratch out his name and just send it over to. Because it was 5.8, probably what's going to add on to his 3.5 cap hit.
That is true.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Killorn,
He's-
next.
Yeah, Killorn is more of a it's a victim of circumstance rather
Yeah.
than his play. His deal's not bad. Toronto Maple Leafs. They might have a couple in a couple of years that we'll scratch our heads at, but for now, we've kind of decided Nikita Zaitsev, 27-year-old Russian defenseman. He's got 6 years left on his deal at $4.5 mil. He's kind of just dropped.
He has got 6 more years left. Like you said, he has 3 assists, no goals, 37 games for a guy who's supposed to be able to move the puck. He is not putting up numbers. Again, maybe in a team with too much offense, he just can't, find quality ice time. But, anyways, bad contract on a team that needs their cap space more than anybody. Next.
It's the Vancouver Canucks.
Ah.
Do they have bad contracts?
They got one.
Oh, they got one real bad. Oh, they got a couple.
But Tyler, you really didn't like that Rousseau signing.
Yeah, but it's not Louis Eriksson bad.
No, it isn't.
No, Louis Eriksson bad.
We can all
Louis
agree.
Eriksson, the highest paid forward on the Vancouver Canucks.
Highest paid player on the team.
Highest paid player on the team.
When he got injured last season, there was literally no mention of him. Like he literally vanished.
That was a weird situation. I think they just told him to go home.
Well, it was just funny. I was like, is he still even on the team, or
Yeah,
did they terminate his contract or something?
They just sent it.
He feel like a broken rib. I'm like, okay, Eriksson, there's a month and a half left. Just go home.
Yeah.
Anyways, he has another summer is 2016. 6-year deal, 6 times 6. He's in the 3rd year of that deal. His contract is buyout proof. It's almost impossible to buy him out without screwing yourself over. He has 28 goals in 3 years as a Vancouver Canuck. He hasn't been ill, played more than 65 games. He has 7 goals this year, 16 games, and 16 points, 39 games. That's stinker. Next.
Moving on to Vegas, the expansion team. We're not going to blame them for any of the contracts they brought on as a term of
Expansion thing.
yeah, going through the draft itself. But so far in their 1 year, they've already signed a couple questionable deals. Paul Stastny,
Nathan Schmidt.
Yeah, Nate Schmidt.
That one's a weird one.
If you ever actually go to Vegas, man, he is treated like a king there.
That's might be one of our downfalls in the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they love
They're
him.
paying
Man.
a lot of money for guys who are not, Anyways,
Flower
Pacioretty.
and Max Pacioretty is the one we're going with
he
here.
has 1 year left on his current deal. Next year he's kicking in a 4-year contract at $7 million.
He has not produced in 2 seasons.
He is not the player he once was. He is slowing down. He is not quick on his feet.
I have to admit, I thought he would turn it around when he got to Vegas. I thought he
He's had a little spurt there, and now he's down to 10 goals in 30 games.
Yeah.
On pace for 20 goals, 40 points.
I thought
Not
he
a
was.
$7 million
I
player.
thought he was going to turn it around when he got there, but he just hasn't found it.
All right, next.
You want to say something, Kurt?
Oh, I'm just going to say that I figured actually he would flourish more in the opportunity to be in Vegas, especially with a decent team.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
When I saw him live, he scored 2 goals, which is kind of sweet, but that's really easily
He
done.
can shoot the puck still, just can't get to the areas.
Yeah, anyway. Last 2.
Last 2, let's bang him out. Winnipeg.
Perot.
The Sasquatch.
Perot seems like the most obvious one. 3 years left. He looks like a mixture of Fergie and Jesus. And he's making $4.13 a season.
Yeah, something like that.
For the
Somewhere
next
on
3
4 million
years,
mark.
31 mil. He's dropped down to the 4th line. Doesn't really.
And then that's a great player.
He's kind of a role player. He fits in on that second power play unit. But
Hey, he plays with your buddy Brandon Tanev.
He does play with
You
Brandon
absolutely
Tanev.
love that guy. He was in episode 1.
maybe that's why Brandon Tanev playing so well this year. I don't know. Lastly, Washington Capitals, defending Cup champs.
One of the most more hated players in the NHL.
We've decided. Hopefully, he doesn't beat us all up for saying this, but
I'll get Ryan Reeves.
Him and his weird warm-up rituals.
Tom Wilson has the worst contract on.
He's I think 30 teams would line up to sign him to that deal,
Yeah.
but it's still bad for what he is. I mean, that's hard. It's a hard one to pick on because $5 million for a guy who does it all on your team, maybe a little too much. But
This year,
it shows Tom Wilson.
Yeah, this year he's doing well.
Yeah, he's almost at a point per game.
He was not worth the money last year until playoffs came around. And
He made a statement for himself.
they put him on to be the bodyguard on the top line. But
Okay, now we've gone through all the teams except Arizona.
Yeah, so I guess we're going to look at it down the stretch. So we've got Kessler versus Backus for the first bracket. Well, so to start with me, I'm going to have to say Kessler is a bigger bust right now than Backus.
I'm going Kessler.
3 in a row makes it Kessler. He is the winner.
So he moves on to the second round.
Worst contract.
Pozo or James Neal?
Oh, that's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
I love James Neal. I like Kyle Posto with the Owls. It was really nice that he came back from that disease almost took his life a couple seasons ago or a season ago. But
I'm going to say James Neal just because Pozo was actually still producing.
yeah, he's at least making a splash.
I think out of the two who I have better on turnaround, I'd probably say Neal. But currently, Pozo is playing better.
I'm going to say Okposo's got the worst contract on that too.
I'm going to say Posto.
Alright, so Pozo moves on.
Neil, you're off the hook, just like in real life.
Yeah.
You're sneaking under the radar.
Darling.
Darling or Seabrook?
Oh, Seabrook is so much worse.
Seabrook.
Oh, wow, 2-1.
Seabrook, he's signed till he's 40 at 7.
No, I know, but he's not in the minors, though, for God's sake.
I know,
but you'll still double the term.
He'll be in the minors in 2 years, probably.
Okay, Soderberg, Davinsky.
Oh, yeah, it's got to be Davinsky.
Doobie.
Yeah.
Carl Soderberg is blind in one eye.
Hansel, Nielsen.
Yeah, you got to appreciate that.
Nielsen.
Hansel or Nielsen?
Nielsen's worse.
Nielsen's got a longer term, yeah. Hansel's off the hook.
We don't need a shootout specialist.
Lucic, Yandel, Lucic.
Lucic by a
Lucic.
mile. A mile, people.
Brown or Parisi?
Brown.
Carize, I think.
Ooh, Brad.
I'd say Parisi's worst term.
It's that being signed till he's 41. Why'd you scratch him out if he's worse?
Ah, wrong one. Sorry.
Well,
Come on.
you're off the hook there, Brown.
You lucked out, Brown. You got a good matchup in the first round. You got a Alsner or who?
Bonino.
Oh yeah, Alsner.
Schneider, Stahl. Schneider.
Schneider. Sorry, Schneids.
Lad or Ryan.
Lad.
Ooh.
That's a tough one. I think Ryan gets paid $2 million more.
But I think he's shorter term.
Yeah, 1 year, but I think he's like 1 year.
Oh, it's probably got to be Lad. At least Ryan can play in the top 6. Lad's like a fourth liner.
Yeah, right now he is bottom. Yeah.
McDonald, Johnson. I thought I hit Johnson based on term.
It's not that bad.
I'm going to say McDonald.
I'll say McDonald too. Johnson, you're off the hook. Feel
Steen
sorry
or
for you.
Burns?
Steen.
Steen's worse?
Yeah.
Burns.
Oh.
I'll say Steen's worse.
Okay.
These Steen or
Burns lucked out, eh?
Florence Zaitsev. I played his Zaitsev. Just basically on term.
Zaitsev.
Okay, we'll go with Zaitsev.
Erickson, Pacioretty.
Erickson. No, that's pretty. That's
Erickson.
kind of a wash.
Perot or Wilson?
Perot.
Alright, back to the top.
All right. Kessler or Okposo?
Kessler.
Kessler. It's easy. I think we're going to nail it down pretty.
Seabrook or Davinsky?
Seabrook.
And Lucic.
Nielsen. Oh, yeah.
I think it's not too hard.
Nielsen, you're off.
Parisi or Carl Alsner?
Alsner.
Parise.
I'll say Parisi.
I think it's just, yeah. No, I don't.
Oh, I got outruled it, did I?
Schneider or Andrew Ladd?
I'd say
Schneider.
Lad.
I'll say Schneider. Schneider can't win a game for Christ's sakes.
I'm going to go Schneider because if he's not injured, he doesn't win.
Well, he's injured, he's not winning games, 1-2.
No, I know, but he's got both. Like, he's injured, and when he does show up, he's hurt.
I'm saying Schneider's worse.
Schneider wins.
Schneider wins being Ladd than him.
Lad is off the hook. $5 million fourth liner.
McDonald or Steen? Play with Steen.
Steen because of term, yeah.
Zaitsev or Erickson?
Erickson.
Then we got
Perot gets a bye in the
Perot gets a
semis.
bye in the
Yeah,
semis.
he's sneaking in.
Yeah, it's 8 left.
Okay, Kessler or Seabrook? Almost identical deals.
Yeah. They're in the same year, too?
No, I don't think so. Maybe they are actually. This is now we're getting to the heavyweights. This
This is hard, man.
Let's start at a different bracket.
Okay,
Come back to
who?
this.
Steen or Perot?
Steen.
Steen.
Okay, Erickson or Schneider?
Erickson.
Lucic or Parisi?
Oh,
Lucic.
this is like Nashville lining up with Winnipeg in the second round.
Yeah, it's getting rid of all that anyways. Okay, Kessler or Seabrook?
Oh man.
I'm gonna say Seabrook.
I think
I
Seabrook's
want
better.
Seabrook.
But that's so tough. Kessler.
I know.
Hold on, what's Kessler's? One sec, I'm gonna go back to the Googles here.
Google's gonna help us on this one. And if you haven't already, if you listen to this, just just take this opportunity maybe to like or subscribe or watch me embarrass myself shotgunning a beer.
Yeah, that'll be
So
posted.
you're not gonna regret watching that video. It's
No.
actually
It's
hilarious.
Well, I didn't think it was funny, but
We thought it was
4 years till he's 38. Yeah, I gotta go. Seabrook's the worst. I think.
Seabrook.
Kessler's bad, but it's not the worst. That's
All
fucked up
right.
that sense.
the final four, the frozen four. Steen or Erickson?
Erickson.
Milan Lucic or Brent Seabrook?
Oh.
The guys can't score a goal. Guy 6 more years until he's 40.
I'm gonna say Seabrook.
Seabrook's worse. I think Seabrook's worse, just based on term.
You can hide Lucic. You can give him the fourth line.
You can hide him, but like Seabrook, 1 more year and a longer contract and a higher cap hit.
You guys have all agreed on Seabrook?
I'm saying Seabrook.
I'm gonna say
Okay, we'll go with Seabrook. And
Seabrook, Erickson
Erickson's better than
in the
Lucic.
finals. Erickson, like Lucic, you can kind of hide him in the checker role.
And at least he can skate. He's more useful than Lucic.
He can still kill penalties.
So I think we have come to an agreement here.
Yeah.
You can swipe that off the board. Congratulations to Brent Seabrook from the Chicago Blackhawks. You have the best contract for you and the worst for your team in the league. A little round of applause.
And like I'm playing the world tennis violin for Scotty
Yeah.
Bowman.
Yeah.
Or Stan Bowman.
Sorry, Stan Bowman.
Oh man.
Anyways,
So that
I think that just about does it here for this week. As Kurt previously said, you can like and subscribe. We are working on figuring out how to get these uploaded to iTunes. So hopefully in the near future here, we'll have a link where you can upload them to download from iTunes, subscribe to us there. But for now, keep following on Instagram, on Twitter, and also on YouTube.
Have a good night, guys, and catch you later.
Peace out.
See ya.